Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. We'll start ourselves off by taking a look at the most recent surface analysis chart, in which we do have high pressure continuing to sit over the southeastern region, and that is continuing to keep us dry as we've seen over the past few days, with mostly clear skies working through this afternoon with some upper level clouds building in from the west. And as that high pressure does move offshore later this afternoon into the evening, we'll see our temperatures peak in the low to mid 50s and our overnight lows drop into the 30s until we push into Thursday, in which the overall pattern does look to change, and the upper level flow will set the stage for a strong cold front to move through, associated with a low tracking through the Great Lakes region. And that will allow us to see the chance for some rain and potentially a slight chance of thunder as we move through the late Thursday into early Friday time period. Might see some potentially locally heavy rainfall and gusty conditions building in out of the southwest, and we'll likely see a wind advisory come out of this system as it moves through. Then by midday Friday, we'll see that front start to pull away from the local area, with skies quickly clearing up, and we'll see cooler air kind of filter in on the backside as winds shift to be out of the northwest. Now, moving forward past Friday, we can anticipate those mostly dry and seasonable conditions to persist through the weekend and into the early portions of next week, as high pressure once again builds into the area, and we'll see the upper level pattern flatten out and keep things kind of stagnant as far as our main weather driving features go. Saturday does look to be a bit chillier, with highs in the mid 40s, and Sunday we'll see a slight warm up ahead of what will be another cold front moving through the area. Those highs do look to be in the mid 50s. However, behind that front, those temperatures do drop down ever so slightly to be slightly below, if not right around, our seasonal average. And then the same can be said for Monday, and there are no major storms expected over the next week or so. Taking a look at the next 24 hours ahead, we can anticipate that those scattered cloud cover out there continuing throughout the day, mostly in the form of upper level clouds. And we'll also see those temperatures rise into the low to mid 50s this afternoon, and ultimately drop down to the low to mid 30s in the evening hours and early morning hours of tomorrow. And for our winds, they do look ever so slightly elevated this morning. Should start to see those gusts start building in the next hour or two, and sit just below wind advisory criteria, with a little bit of color on the chart indicating the possibility of such working its way into the operations today. And as we move through the working hours and into the later evening, we'll see those winds diminish and become more light in nature and potentially variable at times. So overall, a nice day ahead, aside from some potentially breezy conditions in the afternoon hours. Now for Thursday, we can anticipate cloudy conditions building in throughout the day, and a high of 57 with no weather-related concerns until we get to Thursday night, when we see that frontal feature start pushing through. The cloud cover will continue to build, and we'll see breezy conditions develop, with those showers becoming likely, and a slight chance of some lightning and thunder making its way into the local area, with a low of 50. We may also see some lowered ceilings and lowered visibility during that time. And then on Friday, in similar fashion, we'll see cloudy and breezy conditions, with those showers likely, especially early in the morning. And then once we get to midday, we'll start to see things clear out as that front pushes offshore, and we'll see a high of 58. And that is going to bring us to the 7-day forecast ahead, in which we have mild temperatures for the next few days until that frontal feature comes through on Friday. That will give us our highest chance of precipitation in the week ahead. Then we'll see some cooler air filter in on the backside on Saturday. We'll get a couple days of drier air in place, which should limit overall cloud development. And then on Monday, we'll start to see things build back into Tuesday, in which will be mostly, if not totally, cloudy and overcast. Now, aside from that Friday with a good chance of precip, we do look to have a nice 7 days ahead, especially as we approach the holiday season, or the end of the holiday season here. So I hope everyone has a great day. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:15 with the daily weather operations brief.